قد أفلح المؤمنون الذين هم في صلاتهم خاشعون.
Assalamu alaikum, peace be upon you. My name is Iqbal Nasim, and I hope that you are as excited as I am to be going on a journey to improve the most important action of your life. That's right. This short series is all about how you can achieve a truly meaningful and purposeful prayer. Salah is the most important action in the life of the believer. It is the first thing that we'll be held accountable for on the Day of Judgment. And we know from prophetic narrations that if Salah is in order, everything else will fall into place. In this first part, I want to talk to you about the most important realization you need to help you really improve the quality of your prayer. And it sounds simple, it sounds obvious, but it is lost on many people. And that realization is simply this, that when you or I stand for Salah, we are standing in a real meeting with a real being, the one true Lord of the heavens and the earth, the master and the creator of everything that exists. Now you might say, well, I know that. Of course, we're standing in front of Allah, and I know that He is the creator, and I know that He made me, and I know that He put me here. So what's the big realization there? But let me say it again. The key realization is that this Salah is a real interaction, a real meeting. That when you speak and when you move and what you think and how you feel, all of these things really matter. They actually create something of an impression with your Lord about you. You see, your Salah communicates to your Lord how seriously you take Him, how much you value your relationship with Him. And in all our relationships, it's actually quite similar. If we think about the relationships between ourselves and other human beings, the way in which we interact with others, the way in which we communicate, all create impressions with other people that determine how our relationship, how our connection proceeds. So yes, in theory, we know Salah is the most important action in our lives. The key question now is, for you and for me and for all of us, is to what extent are we making it the most important action in our lives? Are we prioritizing it? Are we actually putting in the effort to think about how we can make this the most effective, most transformational, enjoyable, and tranquil experience possible, so that we can benefit and reap the full benefits of prayer in this life and the next? Sometimes when talking about this topic, this phrase keeps reoccurring to me. And that phrase is, your Salah doesn't lie. You see, whatever we say about our beliefs and whatever we say about our conviction in our Lord, the Salah tells the truth, if you like, about the reality of that. And we all know the feeling of mindless prayers. We all know sometimes the feeling of frustration that another prayer time has come when we just prayed. We all know the feeling of being a bit disconnected when we're in our prayers and our mind going here, there, and everywhere. And sometimes being more relieved that our Salah has ended than we feel when we know that the time for Salah has come. Now all of that, inshallah, God willing, is going to change. Whatever your situation is, whether you are consistent in your prayers or not, whether you feel the quality of your prayers has been up to scratch or not, this process that we're going to go through is, inshallah, God willing, going to transform the way in which you understand your Salah and in which you experience every aspect of it. But I just want to emphasize one more time. The number one realization is that this Salah is a true meeting, a real interaction. You stand in front of Allah giving Him your attention, and He is there giving you His attention. It's not just a ritual. It's not just a tick box exercise. It's not just about doing something that Allah as an abstract idea has asked us to do. No, this is an invitation, a direct invitation from Him to you and to me. And so the number one decision we need to make is, we're going to respond to that invitation. We're not going to be rude and reject an invitation from the King of all that exists. And the second thing is that when we actually stand there, we believe that our communication, the words that we utter, the movements that we make, our thoughts and our feelings, that they're all being directed towards our Lord. They're not just going into thin air, but we're trying to put together a set of actions and words and thoughts and emotions that actually register with our Lord and count heavily on our scales in the life to come. In the next part, we'll be discussing how practically to do this. And I'll be talking to you about the alignment or unlocking mechanism that starts to bring out some of these experiences and some of the higher quality elements of prayer to which I have referred.